Greetings.
Morning, folks.
It's that time of the month again, and just like those cramps, we are here.
Hell yeah.
Oh dear, another month, another week, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this is a long fucking summer, man.
We haven't even had a summer. It's been raining for most of it.
Oh
Like,
man.
it's only been the last week. There's been like sun of any shape.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That would be lovely. Yesterday was our first day of rain here all summer, and it was, of course, for like an hour, if that. It's been so rough. Like my garden, fucking. I'll be lucky if I get anything this year. Let's put it that way.
No, I had the bright idea of planting grass in my window boxes. So now I have like snip, trying to keep it all even. That has become a mini obsession.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I've tried that hand trimming shit before, and God, it'll drive you insane.
Yeah, and my OCD,
keep you busy, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, because it all grows at different bits, and I'm just like, it has to be nice. Well, you do these things. You build a rod to beat our own backs. Oh, here's Sean. Hey man, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh God, yeah, we're coming up to our 4th birthday, and I'm in a bit of a reflective mode. And yesterday, when I was doing the newsletter, I accidentally recorded a 45-minute video just because I was talking that much shit and going me, and then I'm like editing that down was a night. It took me 3 hours to edit that thing. I should have just started again from scratch, but I can't do.
Yeah, fuck that. That would just make sense.
Yeah, so I spent like 3 hours editing, trying to get like I think I got 20 minutes down to 20 minutes or something.
Damn.
Because it's been an interesting wee journey we've been on, from the start of this thing.
Yeah, I would say so.
We're hitting the anniversary show, and then I accidentally put that link in the post that went out earlier on, and I had to go in and change it because I'm smart. Yeah, I've just got September in my head, just thinking about stuff, and I'm like,
so close, man.
Me. But we're doing all right. We're about to hit the 600 mark.
Fuck yeah.
So it's creeping up. More people, for some reason, keep coming and staying. I don't get it.
Clearly, it's that lovely face.
That must be, the shininess.
It reminds me of
I've decided
to
fully do the all over. I finally went down to the wood.
Hell yeah. It's great until it gets to be too much. It's like I always go on kicks like when I'm bald. It's like, am I shaving or like actually shaving? Then I'll go pretty hard on it for a few months, and then it's like, God, that's just so much effort.
It's when you're stuck to the pillow in the mornings. When the fuzz builds up and you're like, I'm actually attached. I can't move.
Yeah.
The pillow comes up with you because you've get that bit in the back.
Right. And not being able to wear hats. Like that's usually what does it for me is when it like either I get annoyed with how much effort I'm putting into it, or it hits like winter time and I have to wear a beanie and that shit doesn't stay on. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm done.
Yeah, time. Release the fuzz.
Yeah.
Anyway, talk about fuzzy things. We have some Crow news. I'm sure you're excited.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally going to see this movie when it comes out.
I have to. Bastard stitched me up, so I'm like, going to have to review it. And then I've done the whole series. But yeah, we have the wisdom of Bill Skarsgård. If he's any sense, he'd just be quiet and just let it happen. I'm trying to forget.
Yeah, just ignore it. Just pretend that never did exist.
I have a suspicion that he has been contractually obliged. There's a movie he wants to do, and it's like Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. It's like, if you don't do this movie, you're not getting that one.
I could see that.
I honestly think that's what's happening. It's like, right, yeah, this is the movie you want to do, but if you don't do this piece of crap. Oh, talking about Shay release was covering a clip. They showed a clip from the movie, and it is the Deadpool car scene from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just as shit. and all the fun and joy has been sucked out of it. But beat for beat, he lands in the front seat and he falls into the back seat and punch, punch, kick, kick.
Oh my God.
Ba, 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 falls out of the car.
That's ridiculous.
Look at this going, you've just taken the entire fight sequence from the Deadpool movie and took all the fun out of it. And this looks nothing like the Crow. And he looks nothing like the Crow.
No.
And ooh, graphic, there's a bit of bone sticking out. And nah, I'm not looking forward to this at all.
No. I'm honestly surprised that it's going to come out. Like, I really figured this was going to be the kind of thing that just disappeared. Yeah, we've had so many of those as of late. It's like, why not this? Just fucking awful.
There's an article coming out tomorrow I just recorded before we went live. And it's exactly the same thing. It's about a movie that's been talked about for about 10 years. Oh, it's definitely coming out. It's like, yeah, right, okay. But anyway, even the actor has an issue with this movie. And when you read what it is, oh my God, this is just... So anyway, the Crow spill Skarsgård reveals his one issue with Eric's new look. And he doesn't say all of it. He has a specific thing.
Yeah, interesting thing.
James O'Barr's The Crow is getting a new adaptation with a new feature film hitting theaters this summer. To modernize the story, because modern audiences will need that, Bill Skarsgård's Eric was given a look that's more reminiscent of today's rap stars, marking a departure from how Eric Draven appears in the original comic. Because that's a selling point, yeah. In this issue of Empire magazine, Skarsgård addressed his look in the film. He said he believed he was too fit at the time of filming for that role.
Yeah, that's
feeling that the Eric character shouldn't have been so ripped.
Oh, it's so terrible that I look fucking great.
Yeah.
Fucking turd.
I'm sorry, I was too pretty for this movie. What? He used to be somebody we liked. What's he doing?
Honestly, man, like you said, I think this is a one for them type of movie. It's like nobody, at least I feel like nobody with any common sense is going to look at that character design and be like, yeah, that's going to fucking bump up my career. I should do that.
Yeah, it has to be. Would you do this and we'll give you this in return? It has to be, because... And plus, the Skarsgård family, they're pretty high hitters in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not like he's a nobody, has to take a gigs. Like, it's the whole family, the three of them, they're pretty big noise. So they shouldn't be getting offered shitty roles, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they should be able to pick and choose. And like I said, up to this moment, this movie, Skarsgård has done pretty well. And he's also, like, when we covered Barbarian, like, that was a misdirect, complete bait and switch, but in the right way with the trailer. So he's not afraid to take the back seat and be a secondary character. And that shows, like, a maturity.
Yeah.
And then he does this.
Yeah, man, it's a fucking choice, that's for sure.
Yeah. Eric should be a lot thinner, at least before his resurrection as the vengeance-seeking vigilante raised from the dead. It felt very strange being in great shape for Eric. Oh, woe is fucking me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, I'm too fucking ripped. This is so bad. I'm so out of character.
Oh my God.
Shut the fuck up. It's like, you don't know what he's doing. I mean, yeah, he looks like he's a fucking meth head, but maybe he's not.
The "you're my favorite person" line, that's going to haunt me from the like, that's what broke me with this movie. And just like, okay, I'm out. Like, no, there's no redeeming qualities about this.
I don't think I've seen a single thing other than the pictures of him, because I've been actively avoiding it because it just looks like dog shit. Like he literally looks like he fucking really, really likes meth, and he really, really is. He has like a couple followers on SoundCloud. So
Yeah.
I've had like zero interest in this shit.
Oh, and the ending's a bit open-ended. Possibly leave the door open for a sequel.
Oh, of course.
This is a cry for help, actually. This is a cry for help. This is blink your eyes twice if you need rescuing type statement.
That's so stupid.
The actor hinted that the ending was a bit open-ended, possibly to leave the door open for a sequel. For his part, Skarsgård personally preferred something more definitive. That is like, help me, help me.
Well, it just makes more sense. It's like you don't like there's a way to equally close up the story in case nothing else happens, as well as leave it open for a sequel. Like so many movies have fucking done that. It's totally within the realm of possibility.
There's
So
4 sequels to this movie. There's 4 movies in the Crow series.
I have seen the second one.
Well,
and that's about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, some of us went a bit further. Some of us are prepared to feel the pain for our art.
I know.
Some of us will go the extra mile for the
you
channel. That's all I'm
are
saying.
A true hero.
Especially the 4th one. Fuck me. I need some sort of recognition for that. That hurt to watch.
I believe it.
That proper hurt to watch that one. The 3rd one wasn't too bad, actually. Believe it or not, but the 4th one was painful. Like I was hurting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Because of the reviews, I've reconsidered watching them. Not because I feel like I'm missing anything good. Just actually the exact opposite.
Yeah, you just look, ha ha, Colin, ha ha, ha. The Crows remain the same, blah blah blah. The film will be a revenge story, which everyone has been, featuring FKA, Twigs, and Shelley, whoever the hell that is. That's favorite person type thing. That is the killer line. What I mean by killer line is it's killed any interest in this movie. Whatever. She sounds as if she's on meth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of drugs involved in this movie, but not the good kind of drugs.
Yeah, and they're not metaphorical. Like the cast has obviously been relying on them to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go on to pissing Brandon Lee's legacy by pretending to be sympathetic. Well, if you were sympathetic, you wouldn't make this absolute pile of dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you had any decency, you wouldn't do this. At least the other ones had the decency to be like straight to DVD sequels. Or was the second one?
I was going to say, I thought the second one got a...
Sorry, the second one was an attempt to move forward. And then they realized very quickly, no, let's not do this.
Right. Well, and that was the era of the straight-to-video releases. So it's like it made more sense to finish that out.
Yeah, I've said at least back in the day, there was an ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got the straight-to-DVD sequel, you knew what it was. So you didn't exactly feel as angry.
Exactly. You waited until it was in the $5 bin at Walmart, and then you got it.
Yeah, or if it was part of a bundle. Do you remember random bundles of movies, and none of them were ever tied to each other?
Yeah, dude. So I've been going through my disc collection for a hot minute, trying to organize it, and realizing just how many versions of the same movie I own. It's like, God damn, was I not paying attention when I bought these? And the answer, of course, is no, I was not. I was just like, ooh, shiny. Yep. That's exactly it. It's like, well, obviously I need to have Killer Bong 2 with killer toys. I mean, duh, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the double box sets, remember those? They were great. Mm-hmm. And the 2 movies were completely unrelated.
Yeah.
This is where this belongs, but they're trying to make it a thing, and like I haven't seen anyone that's going, "Oh, this is brilliant."
I'm sure there's some people out there, but God, I wonder what's so wrong in their lives that this is what they latch on to.
And they're probably an avatar on X. Like,
Yeah.
like they're not going to show their face. Let's be honest.
Well, it's because their face probably looks like this, and frankly, who wants to look
Yeah.
at that?
Oh god, that reminds me back. This reminds me back in the day in the rock bars. Remember the chicks that like tried the golf makeup and they didn't know how to put on makeup?
Oh yeah, it's
And it's just like
great. Yeah, it looked like a mix between somebody who's heard what goth is but has never seen it, and somebody who's heard what black metal is but has never seen it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of what this looks like. He's just
the
missing the really cheap costume black lipstick.
Yeah, God, it's bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actively cheered when I heard that. I'm like, oh, thank God I don't have to watch it.
Dude, I'm still so fucking pissed off. Like, I don't give a fuck. The thing is, okay, there's certain IPs that it doesn't fucking matter if it's good or not. And quite frankly, you expect it not to be good, but you're still going to enjoy it because it's a popcorn movie. Like, that's the kind of thing you get fucked up before you go to the movie theater. You get your thing of popcorn, you sit there, talk shit with your friends, throw popcorn at the screen, and laugh your ass off. Like, that's what that movie was. And I'm still so fucking mad that I'm never going to see it, probably.
I imagine, no, because I could not show it when it's been filmed and, you know, completed.
Dude, that's the thing is, like Shay said, it's a fucking tax write-off. Like, that is a pretty goddamn common practice. I mean, there's much bigger movies that have been made that will never see the light of day just because it's like, oh, well, you know, we need something. And
do you think it will get leaked? Because I haven't heard, like, do you remember the one Scorched Earth on the Batgirl movie? Or was it Batwoman?
Batwoman,
right? The actually went Scorched Earth so that the directors couldn't leak it because they were, like, really pissed off. So they, like, scoured the hard drives and everything just to make sure no trace of it existed.
Dude, that shit, that kills me. Like, whether it was good or not, I wanted to fucking see it because that's just, you know, it's a DC character we haven't seen live action before, so it would have been cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those ones where it's like I feel like maybe they're going to change it up. You know, that they're doing this, at least I'm hoping that they're doing this because they allocated more funds for reshoots and they're doing that. And then at some point they're just gonna be like, hey, just kidding, we're gonna release it now. But
yeah,
it's never gonna happen. I just wanted to see Peter Dinklage as the goddamn Toxic Avenger. That would have been fucking great.
He is a wee cunt. I'm the only dwarf allowed the actor.
Hey, you know what? He's a great actor, so it's okay.
He's somebody I saw somebody covering it, right? And they were pointing at the pictures. Oh, he's wearing a tutu, haha. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God, have you not seen the movie? Like,
oh yeah,
this person was gobbing off about it, right? And he missed the whole point. That he obviously never watched the Toxic Avenger movie. And it's, you know what I mean? It seems to be the normie crowd have got involved. See, once the normie crowd get involved, everything goes to rat shit.
Yeah, it's that's the shit that I despise about remakes is you get people that come into it that have no idea what the fuck it's supposed to be, and then it ultimately ends up bombing because of the fact that the court of public opinion is like, oh, well, that was stupid. Why was it like that? Even though, yeah, if Toxie doesn't wear a fucking tutu, that's not Toxie.
Yeah, and that sounds pretty much how this movie's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead on arrival.
Shay, like, to look up Trauma, man. There is not a single thing they've put out since Toxic Avenger came out, unless it was an acquisition, that isn't just as good.
Sergeant Kabuki, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's so fucking good, man.
But well, folks, I will watch this, so you don't have to anyway. I'll do that for you.
I'll watch it with you too, man. I'm not gonna let you fall on that grenade by yourself.
It's going to be painful times. I'm just gonna. There's a possibility I'm going to have cringe.
I think I am going to have to get incredibly baked in order to make it through. But I don't know. That's also a hard one because it's like it might make it so I can make it through, or it might make it so that movie feels like it's 7 hours long. So it's a very tricky line to walk.
These are decisions we'll have to make.
We do this for you, people.
Yes, for you. Oh dear.
On better news.
Yes. Well, I would say this is more bittersweet.
You know what? The thing is, I legit thought they were going to end last season because the story arc was over. So this is sort of like just sort of the cherry on top. Like just see what wacky antics are involved. But What We Do in the Motherfucking Shadows is coming back for its final season. Was the 21st. Sorry, I had it pulled up and I don't know where the hell it is.
It's October.
Yeah, October 21st.
Yeah. We're actually covering this on the channel at the moment, Dale and I, because we did the movie and we're doing Wellington Paranormal. So we're it's all it's obviously Taika Waititi and Jermaine as well. So we're sort of looking at both seasons and the differences and where they're similar, and where this one kind of diverged from the universe but became its own thing, but still has the ties. I haven't seen. I think I've seen up to season 4. And then I thought, well, I'm not going to jump ahead now. Seeing I'm going right back to the start, may as well.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm going to start from the beginning and hopefully get through it before the new season comes out.
They're only 25-minute episodes.
Yeah, but I usually only have about 30 minutes to myself a day, so it's gonna be hard to squeeze it all in.
But yeah, the 6th and final season of What We Do in the Shadows hits its premiere date. Has set his premiere date with FX. I can nearly speak. God's sake, man. The comedy series will debut its final season on October 21st at 10 p.m. ET/PT with the first 3 of its 11 episodes, with the new episodes dropping weekly thereafter. New episodes will be available to stream the next day on Hulu and will be available to stream internationally on Disney Plus at a later date.
Which that shit's still funny to me. It's like that's not a Disney-friendly show.
Disney's desperate. Like, soon that company implodes. Like, the latest thing was obviously Ike Perlmutter just going, do you know what? See my shares? Have them. I'm selling. And then the stock market just went, yeah, both. That was sort of the final thing when you're just like, I need to get these out of my portfolio now.
Yeah, don't blame them.
Yeah. But yeah, the official description of the season states, after a very brief stint as a full-blown vampire, Guillermo is re-evaluating his life. Please don't explain that. I don't want spoilers because, like I said, I'm trying to go through. I knew eventually he would turn. I thought it might be like a final thing or something, but obviously...
That's exactly where I was, man. That's why I'm surprised there's going to be a 6th season.
I don't want to know yet. And obviously I haven't, the whole Van Helsing plot thing, I haven't got further than that. So, I'm reading this, but trying not to spoil it because, like I said, we are actually going through the series at the moment. Check it out on the channel, folks. Who he is, if not a familiar, who will do anything to please his master in the hopes of one day being turned into a vampire. Meanwhile, the vampires are re-evaluating too. When their former roommate appears after a 50-year nap, they realize how little they've done in half a century. Not one goal accomplished, not one dream pursued, not one part of a new world conquered, except for their street and part of Ashley Street. Well, the thing is, that's the whole joy of these are a bunch of nerds. Like, they're the outcasts in the vampire community. Like, they're just and the more I've went, like, Laszlo, not being, I was a conqueror. You're beginning to think, were you though? How much of this is fantasy? Were you really? I don't think you were, because there's no one around to verify. I think if we did, we'd find out you were the water boy or something. You carried the buckets of water.
Do you mean Nandor? Do you mean Nandor?
Oh, Nandor, sorry. Those, yeah, Laszlo's.
I'm like, wait, what about? I don't remember Laszlo
Oh, right,
ever
sorry,
trying to
Nandor
conquer
the
anything
poker.
except for some fucking booty.
Sorry, Nandor with his whole fantasy backstory. Yeah, yeah, Laszlo's just a walking erection.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, just, I shag my way through life, and do you know what? I'm not going to stop now. Which is actually more honest and fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nadja's my favorite character. And she's just relentless.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, the premiere date comes less than a week after the series was nominated for 8 Emmy Awards, including one for Best Comedy Series and another for Best Actor in a Comedy Series for Barry. It also comes just ahead of the show's panel at San Diego Comic-Con. That's on at the moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think this is.
that means we're going to get bombarded with shitty trailers for like the next week, aren't we?
Probably.
Watch this crap. Blah 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 blah.
Thing I keep seeing is all the shit about Doctor Doom coming into the MCU again, and then Galacticus being in the MCU again. It's like you guys are like 10 years late on trying to get me excited for shit that I should be excited for.
Done. All that stuff's done.
It should be. They just need to give it its funeral finally.
I just don't think they know it yet. Yeah, blah 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 blah. It's based on the 2014 mockumentary of the same name, originally debuted in FX in 2019. Yeah, like this is a unique piece of storytelling, I have to say, and a lot of fun. Like it really goes right to the knuckle.
Yeah.
But at least they're being clever. They're saying there's an end, where the death of any TV show is when they don't know when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that movie that goes on that bit too long. You're like, oh, come on, would you end already? You lose any excitement for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that with TV shows. You end up at some point with most of them, you have a strange sort of loyalty. So you feel obliged to watch rather than being excited. And it's when it hits that tipping point that it's kind of done.
Yeah.
They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, this is I think oh, shit, excuse me. I think they're doing it right. So it's again, the main story was Guillermo wants to be a vampire. Will it happen? And then it happens. So this is presumably them kind of picking up the pieces after that.
Right. Like I said, I haven't got that far because I'm going right back to the start. And I'm
honestly, you can be told everything and it's still not going to touch.
Yeah, because I'm come back over. I think we're just wrapping up. We're nearly wrapped up season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I've seen up to season 4, and it's still funny. Like the vulva garden.
Oh my god,
still has me in stitches.
Yeah, that's
the whole.
You'll know when I win the lottery because that's what my garden's going to look like.
Like there's just absolute toilet humor in this,
and
it's great, and it's unapologetic, and I love unapologetic humor.
Oh yeah,
it's just like we find this shit funny, and we don't care if you do or not. But if you fancy coming along for the ride, fair enough. But like Andy Kaufman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that sort of attitude, you know what? We're gonna have fun. And we invite you to join us. But if not, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, we're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hope you see it. And that was the thing I've got from this show is that they're genuinely attempting to just enjoy themselves and put something fun out there, especially in this climate of the fun police and just being devoid of it. We need a bit of this. We just need some fart jokes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's very easy to please.
Yeah.
Fart jokes and dick jokes. That's all I need.
That's it. And werewolf pissing jokes. Like, they're still get me.
Yeah.
It's fucking werewolf.
We're adults.
Yeah, sometimes. I just love how we can switch from being, that wasn't a high quality pizza. What are you doing?
It's because you can feel the heart. And if I can believe that you truly want this, then I'm on board.
Yeah, and that's all I think we've ever asked for.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Mhm.
Get it sorted, studios.
Right. It's like funny for funny's sake is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You can do it. Anyway, I think we're going to have a bit of a different discussion now.
We're going to have a very different discussion going over your notes versus my notes. I think so.
Yeah, I think we'll let's do it.
Fuck yeah, let's do this.
Right. First of all,
man,
that
I don't get that at all. Like, this is
wow.
So let me start off by saying this is a different movie. This is a different time frame. The trilogy is over. This is a new experience. So it's not necessarily
definitely that.
supposed to feel exactly like the original trilogy, because again, that's over. That was the story of Mary Beth getting her revenge on losing her family. That's over. So, that being said,
right, there was a sense of fun.
Crowley.
Right, it's like they went. Do you know what? See all this fun you were having with stuff that out. Then we're not doing that anymore. And like this book from start to end, I know it's supposed to be like mockumentary or whatever, but it's just from page 1 to the end. It's just and it actually ruined the whole joke.
What?
Of Perry, yeah, because the whole thing I was having fun with is Perry Shane turning up as different characters and dying, and then turning up again.
Mm-hmm.
And this just meta. This did a Wes Craven on it.
No.
Yes, it did. Right,
No,
the court case. Oh,
didn't.
you've got the same DNA. All right, fucking got the joke. We didn't need that explained. Fuck off. Piss off for that. Like, talk about explaining your own joke. That's when you fail. It's got the same DNA because, yeah, it's the same actor. Did you get it? Did you get it, folks? Fuck off.
No, it was explaining how it could be the same actor in each movie. Come on. That's just called logic. It's tying shit up.
It was shit.
You're shit.
It's shit.
I fucking love that.
You are a big poopy pants. Inflicting this on me. You hate me, don't you?
No, I like good movies.
You just set me up. You're like, here, Colin, have this wonderfulness. Have a laugh. Aha! Kidney shot.
Dude, that's all you've done to me over the last 4 years. Everybody else gets to do the fun stuff. I get to do the, wow, that's a steaming pile of dog shit. Let's talk about it for a couple hours.
All right, Mr. Turn Up Once a Month. Fuck off.
Nerd fight. Yeah.
Oh man, no, I don't know.
I can't believe you didn't like it. It's like, yes, it's a completely different movie, but it was supposed to be a different movie. It's setting up new characters. It's setting up a new mythology, and it's fun. I mean, fuck, you don't go 4 or 5 movies into a saga or into a slasher thinking it's going to be Shakespeare. No, you just get to a point where you just want to see more outrageous kills, and that's it. And that's what we got with this.
Well, in fairness, that was the problem with this movie. I'm sitting going, right, can we get the kills started already? Where before I was invested, now it's like, well, fucking just turn up and start killing people.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking let's get this started. What the hell? But here's the thing as well. You need to read the book to get the movie. And you need to also get the movie to get the book, because
you don't
the jump
necessarily need it. It helps a shit ton.
Oh god, yeah, because you're just scratching your head going, the fuck?
See, I wasn't. I mean, so the thing is, the movie came out before the book. Well, sort of. So the book technically came out alongside of it, because what happened was originally that it was a tour. Like, there wasn't just released nationwide. Like, they went city to city with the film for one night only screenings. And one of the exclusive pieces of merch you could get was the book. So by the time I saw it, I didn't have access to the book just yet. It was like a couple months later, I believe, was when it was actually released. So I went into it and I thought they explained everything pretty well. Like really the book, all it did for me is explains sort of the last 10 years, specifically with Andrew.
He's a random character to me. I don't know what Adam Green was thinking of. I know you said he wanted him to be the final girl.
Yeah, that's been the thing.
That
like,
in itself is funny, but the way that they did him, and it's just a big whine fest, and I hate whiny sort of characters.
Dude kind of lost everything in his life. Like this is us watching him rebuild himself or attempt to. Like I'm sure this is going to come as a shock, but this is Adam Green's divorce movie.
Do you know what? I could get that.
Yeah, it's very easy to get.
I could feel the projection. So there we go. Now we're getting it. Like I can feel the projection and pain. Like of this is not a fun character. What the hell? There you go. Okay, so I can maybe understand about a lot bitterness. Don't know. Might I could maybe see where he's coming from that. Maybe that had a wee bit too close to home. Possibly, but I just felt like all the joy of the first 3 movies was being sucked down the drain.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Again, like it set it up very well as its own. Like it's a different installment
of Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and it's Friday the 13th Part 5. You know what I mean? It's that sort of resurrection trope.
Yeah.
I get it. You can still have a bit of fucking fun with it. This has just become like the whole thing. Like to me, the Andrew Chong character is a complete sidetrack and derailment from the franchise.
I don't see that, man. I just feel like that's the catalyst really to continue it.
Right. So if this had started with all the Victor Crowley tours are set up and people are going around and like every scene of the French Quarter, everyone being and acting like an idiot. You're saying it's setting up for who's the next bunch of Muppets? To me, that should have started off like that. Not this absolute, because it wasn't even done in a funny manner. If I had a bit of being a bit of comic relief to it, I'd have been on board.
I mean, I was laughing. I don't know why you weren't. There's a lot of funny shit in this, even before the kills. I mean, it starts off with kills. Like, I guess let's start with the beginning. It starts shortly after he was killed, and some fucking teenagers in the swamp get murdered.
Oh, all right. God, those two.
That shit was hilarious.
That just reminds me, that scene in Scary Movie where they just went a bit too far. I know they're taking the piss out of Blair Witch Project, but it was like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, so much snot. Love it.
That was just like, oh. And then once again, mate, what's wrong with you? You desperate. I know the gene pool mightn't be the best, but surely you could spruce up a bit and grab a tourist or something. Get some fresh DNA into the mix. I don't know. Fair enough, but like I said, it's just the whole. I just found the Andrew Chong storyline a complete. It's like that wee grain of sand in your eye. Just you're rubbing at it the whole time.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all because the thing was, again, it's a different portion of the story. So the first one, the story was mostly Mary Beth, and now it's going to be Andrew Young's version of the story.
If he was about, like I said, I had my issues with Mary Beth, but she had more than enough redeeming qualities to explain the snarkiness and stuff, got it. But Andrew's character, I'm not twigging with him whatsoever. I'm just not. It's
fair.
And that's the problem. If you don't resonate with a character, then you're just, I'm out. If that makes sense. I just,
I don't know, man. I get having a shitty life. Like, it's believable for me.
Well, it's hard. He grew up in a fucking bed of roses myself. So maybe that's why when I look, I want fucking positive characters. I want, I've been surrounded with too much of that in the real world, so I don't need it in the entertainment. Oh, was
That's fair.
me. I just don't need that because there's too much of that shit around on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it rubs me up the wrong way. It might be fun for folks, but I just don't, instantly as a turnoff.
Fair enough.
But the flipping wee girl narrator in this, oh my god, she was like the Red Queen in Resident Evil or something.
Yeah, man. So if you look up the mock trailer for Hatchet, I know you can find it. Like you can even just go to like Arioscope's website and it's on there. But I can't remember if that's the same girl that did that. Like if they just used that audio clip, but like it felt exactly the same as the mock trailer. They got the movie financed. But yeah, that shit so great. Like that is the best way to to start a sequel than we've seen in the past from slashers where they play like 20-30 minutes of the first movie and then get into that shit. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Like I said, and then we'll meet within which is different from the book as well. I think that's what got me, because the film made more sense when Andrew does the interview for his book, and it's Sabrina, and we meet Sabrina for the first time. Because in the book he begged for the first interview so he could propose to her. I just gave up in life at that point when I saw it. I'm like, why would you do that?
I mean, again, I believed it. It's like,
or at least in the movie,
character.
At least in the movie, it was like, oh, it's you. Why are we doing this? Well, I'm kind of forced to,
Well, there's also, almost 10 years removed from when the book came out. So it's, again, there's things that if you understand the timeline, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think the intro scene of this was, if I hadn't read the book, I wouldn't have been as annoyed, if that makes sense. I think the book kind of killed it for me.
I don't get that, man. I don't see why that would have any bearing on it. But that's your opinion, so you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
If you say so. Am I pissing in your cornflakes, wee man?
Yeah, man. This is a near and dear movie to me. Which is funny because actually when it first came out, I got it a couple days early. And I couldn't watch it. I couldn't bring myself to watch it because it was like a couple days after my mom died. I was like, I cannot let this movie be ruined by that shit.
That's a fair one. But yeah, we'll meet Sabrina, and she is ugly. Like, ugliness just radiates from her. The actress did a brilliant job, in fairness.
Okay, so you're talking ugly as in of the soul, not
well, it just radiates.
Like she's fucking it's pretty no, but I wouldn't push her out of bed for getting crumbs.
Right, but
yeah, no, she is a cunt in this.
But do you know what I mean? She personifies that sort of character that it doesn't matter how they look. The ugliness, just even before they open their mouth, you just have that
Yeah, no, she was fantastic in that role.
Like, that's fair play to the actress, like I said, because she owned that and she really did get that. It's one of those. Do you know when some idiot like gets infatuated with somebody and everyone else sees it, but they don't?
No, I know nothing about that.
And that one person and and everyone likes going, "What the fuck are you doing?" And that person's head's up their arse for whatever reason, and they can't see it. Like, that's Andrew Chong.
Yeah, it's definitely like that's him to a T.
Yeah, and you understand why you wouldn't want to like that person, because they're a fucking idiot. Yeah, and then when you meet Sabrina, you're like going, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
and you could quite easily hate that person. Like, and just go, you need to be removed from the gene pool, because if these are the life choices you're making, then you don't need to be here.
Right.
Yeah, do you know that sort of person? Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no, I never met one before.
Right, well, do you know what I mean? And Sabrina just radiates the ugliness from her, and you just can't see it. you just can't see what he sees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like her reality is definitely not his vision of her, like
Yeah.
at all.
That's it's really hard to watch.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then we see the actual book, I Survivor, come in and play that. And I thought it might have just been an add-on, but the way it ties in the movie is actually quite clever.
Mhm. Well, again, it's
I
one of
like
those
that.
things where it's like it helps. It's not necessary, but it does add a different level to the story.
Yeah, I would watch the movie and leave it for a while before reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do what I did, sort of race through the book while you're, and then get this whole setup, and then watch the movie, and then you're like, oh fuck, what is this? And just right. But then we meet the other crew. We get the filmmaker and oh god, what is it? Rose, Alex, and her and the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, there's another character I can feel no sympathy for. That's Alex. It's like,
see, I thought he was funny. It's the director girl. I always forget her name. She's the one that I wasn't quite a fan of.
no, but that once again, you can see that. You just scream, stay away, but Alex is a complete cuck. Like, he just is, and you're like, mate, you need to get away from that. Like, she's actively telling you she's going to do everything in her power to bone someone in front of you. And you're never going to, because that's the rules of the game, and I win, haha, and I'm going to rub it in your face. Like, run. Run a mile.
Every relationship has a hall pass. That's normal. It's like Carrie Fisher, man. That's my hall pass. I'll still figure out some way to do it. So
happiness is only a shovel away. But yeah, but it's not even the hall pass thing. It's just the fact that the aggressiveness of it, and I'm gonna rub your face, and it's like Rose comes into the room and drops it, and like he knows he's not allowed to even make a joke. That she'll be all over him. It's that sort of, and Rose knows it as well. That's why she's playing up. She knows that he's the cook in the relationship, and she's just gonna like almost shine a spotlight on it.
Yeah, I definitely felt that going a completely different way. That was
No. He would not have been allowed. If he had responded in any way, shape, or form, he'd have been toast. That was the game.
I don't know.
Yes, that was the game. The director girl, forget her name, don't care. Because she's a crap character, but she is not a nice person.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
she has the the sweetness persona, but that is not a nice person. Oh dear.
Yeah.
As a tumbleweed goes.
Pretty much. Well, I had nothing to add to that.
Sorry, just to reevaluate quotes. No, that's one of those games within a game type thing. And when I like the Rose's character actually, because she is like pretty straight up.
Yeah, no, she's fucking
she just
hilarious.
Wipes away all the bullshit, and someone like her I can really get behind. I mean, like I said, she shines a light in what's going on around her and just does it in her particular manner. But you need that social hand grenade every so often to get chucked in there.
Yeah, definitely.
To remove the facade. I have to say, the absolute funniest scene in this, and I wonder how they did the casting, but when Andrew is in the book signing.
Yeah, man. So I'm not gonna lie, I was reading through your notes specifically for that because I really was curious which version you saw, because a lot of the streaming companies have that edited out. So like you don't get the tits and you don't get the dick. So
well, it's not so much a dick; it's a set of balls. Like
hey, you know what? There's a dick there. God damn it! That's an average size.
It's like something that would be out of an H.P. Lovecraft model movie. You know what I mean? There's an essence of a penis there, but there's too many tentacles and fucking eyeballs and fucking alive pubes. Like that thing was horrendous. And it didn't even land on the, it wasn't even a meaty slap on the desk. It slid and like oozed onto the desk.
Yeah, that was the best part, was the fucking close up and you see the ball shift. It's like, wow, they really went for it. That's
Like,
fantastic.
how did they fucking right? Okay, lads, we'll need your meat and tackle out. And we're looking for like the most disgusting, gnarliest fucking like simultaneously mesmerizing set of meat and 2 veg we can imagine. Like, it's almost like a special effect. This is something the special effects department will come up with. Like, that was alive. Yeah. And God, there was a movie I watched, Scrotum. I don't know if you've seen that.
Not sure.
Right. This is what I would imagine Scrotum to be like, because if that thing just detached from the body and started moving about in its own, that would be a good horror movie, except Scrotum was shit. It was like they were playing it safe, let's do a horror movie with a risque title, but we're shit. That's what it was. But this thing was just honking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's a role I was meant to play. So I'm still disappointed I didn't get that call.
And he's like, Simon McCoy. And this is one. Do you know where the joke could go too far?
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. It was just the right length. Fuck.
Yes, talking about right length when talking
about
it,
there's so many. You take this as you will, and just take it wrong. But it was just the right length of a scene of. Sign my cock. Are you a homophobe? Sign my cock. Like,
I'm telling everybody on Facebook you're a homophobe.
Yeah, add a signed off thing and you don't put the dot right in the end. Ah, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once again, because I know Andrew Young is a shit character and he's a fucking weeble, that of course he's not going to be able to play along because he's a fucking idiot.
Can't believe you're glossing over the fact that the girl that had him sign his tits was like, ooh, sign this one to me and sign the other one to my dad. It's like, that shit was hilarious. Yeah, that joke still hits every goddamn time.
But that's been done. You know what I mean?
I don't care. It's still fucking funny.
That's like, ha ha ha. That's been done 100 times. And the fact that he's a complete wimp as well, and didn't have fun with that, sort of shows his character. But it was just the fucking oozing out of the trousers onto the desk, and man, like, you felt that thing was looking at you.
That was
like that thing was sentient.
I mean, they mostly are anyways. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, bravo, you fucking cast the right choice there. And the bloke was playing it, that was attached to the knob, because let's be honest, that thing's its own character. I just happened to have a human attached to it.
Yeah, it definitely should have got its own credit.
Yeah, and the human played a decent role as well, but let's be honest, that he should just have a career in casting his penis out for movies. Like, he just needs to do nothing else, because that was impressive. But yeah, you just say, and the thing is, in the third movie, I didn't get any impression of the Andrew Young character. I think that's what annoyed me, because he played, he was just Perry Sham playing another character, and I didn't mind. It was a cool character he played, and then he just turns out that he's an absolute simp. And even when he's doing the sign, there's obviously like, fucking, if you've got a book out and people are turning up, fucking doesn't matter if there's 20 people, just enjoy it. You wee rat.
I mean, again, I believe the decisions, like it, especially understanding that, with the context of the book, it's like that's been a decade of his life is just pure misery over this thing. It ended everything for him. And this is just basically, this is something he didn't want to do, but he did it because he felt like he needed to. One, to get his side of the story out, and two, because he has no other means of income. Like, no one wants to hire him. He, like, even though he was found not guilty, he's fucked. He's blacklisted. Like, he can't do shit. So this is a last-ditch effort to try to make some cash so that he can exist.
I just think that your country's big enough that you could move out of the neighborhood. Like,
not anymore.
Americans, you're not known to have the greatest attention span.
The problem is, though, in the day of social media, you get a a bad guy somewhere, and that's going to follow you everywhere.
No, I suppose, but it's just I think it was a bit overdone. Like the joke was just a wee bit overplayed, and I just think it should have been a case of, all right, yeah, I did a book, I survived, and a bit more joy about it, and okay, we'll go and do this thing. This is my last hurrah, and then it leads to the events. I just felt the weight of like depression with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I mean. I had fun with the first three. I'm not having fun with this, and I'm annoyed. Like, it takes about half the movie for me to start enjoying myself, and that's just because people are getting wiped out in creative, inventive ways. But up until this point, I'm like, fuck's sake, come on. Like, I just feel the weight of it on my shoulders.
I mean, again, I just keep going back to it's a different story. It's a different arc.
Yeah,
like, it's not supposed to be the same as the first three.
Yeah, it's just not, in my opinion, not a good one. Like, I'm not invested in this. I'm glad I saw the first three. I'm glad at least I had that, because this is just, it's not landing. But even the way they play, I think that's Dark Rain Cloud. What do you call him out of Peanuts? And not the one that goes around with the cloud all the time. Like, you meet them for 5 seconds, you're like, oh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, that's one of the characters always depressed and goes around with like a rain cloud.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But anyway, that's what Andrew Chung is.
And it's Young. It's not Chung, by the way.
Young. Well, I'm a racist, so I'll mispronounce it. But then we'll be Kathleen, and
yeah, she is fucking great. There's
another one where
goes over the top.
Yeah, there's another one where I'm going over the top of this character, and for like that is your parasitic producer, type person.
Yeah, no, I mean she is like textbook stereotypical agent. Like, even down to the realizing towards the end of the movie that the $1 million that he was getting was not even close to that. It was $25,000. And just like she needs that couple of bucks that she's going to get from her cut, so she's going to tell him everything she needs to get that paycheck.
Yeah, just the agent from hell. You may as well not be famous or not be earning money to have something like that, because they're just gonna. You may as well go work a minimum wage factory than have an agent like that. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna beat you to death. You're the workhorse, and they're gonna get every last bit of you, and then send you to the glue factory. God, but it all leads up to the wanting to do an interview on the site, which he has avoided up to this point, which is cool. So, we kind of went off on a bit of tangent, folks. Basically, the premise of the story is this is 10 years after Hatchet 3. Maybe we should have started with this, but I've been holding this one in. It's been like a fart that had to come out from watching it. But Andrew Young was basically accused of like everything. Even before he was there, he was just accused of the whole lot, which makes no sense. Apart from people are stupid. Like, you can actually, once again, it's a wee bit true to life today. Like, you can't laugh at it because you fucking see it playing out on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The mob want a victim, and the mob will get a victim no matter what, and logic be damned.
Yep.
So he was effectively accused, even before he turned up, of all the murders before he turned up. Like, it's weird. But they wanted it to happen, and this is him. He wrote a book on it because his life was made hell. His wife's a whore, and he's got this parasitic agent, and he's just trying to basically make enough money to dip out. But he just doesn't seem to be able to get enough. Whatever circumstances are, he hasn't been able to get enough just to go, right, here's my little corner, I can just live out my life, sort of thing. Yeah. Which, like I said, it's kind of sad. That's, like I said, it should have been done a bit more. It's too close to home to today's culture and stuff going on. that it's not funny because it's like, oh fuck, this is, we've seen this happen. I'm still happening. And it's just the whims of the mob. It's not even any logic to it, or it's just, oh right, let's pick on this person, boom, way to go. And it can happen to anybody.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the bit that just hits a bit too close. It's just you're only one post away or campaign away from it happening to you, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Don't care. But yeah, he's doing this, and then it's finally that, right, we're doing this interview. All you have to do is go over. They're going to fly in. Who in real life gets excited about private jets? Because I don't get it.
Yeah, man. The smaller the plane, the more turbulence fucks you up. Like, that's just not fun.
I just don't. I have no interest in going in a private jet anywhere.
No,
like.
The thing with me is I get on the plane, we get to cruising altitude, I get a cocktail or two in me, I pass the fuck out until we land. It doesn't matter what I'm on. Like, if there's somebody or somewhere for me to sit, that's all I need.
I've flown business class, I've flown first class, and honestly, it's no different. In fact, it's worse because there's more people poking at you because the stewards are being that bit more attentive. That means they're annoying me. Where I'm just like,
I mean, I will say the free mimosas, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't like mimosas, but I'll drink them if they're free. That's the best part of first class.
Oh yeah, that's it. And you go into the lounge and stuff. But at the same time, though, I'm just like, I just want to get on the thing. I want to get over it. I don't like traveling. I like getting to where I'm going, but I don't like traveling. It just annoys me. The whole thing's a hassle.
Yeah, I don't mind traveling. But again, I pretty much sleep. Like,
that's me. It's either if there's a movie playing, I'll plug in, I'll watch a loads if I can't. I'll read a book or I'm clunked out. That's one of the three things. So I can do that in either first class, business class, or coach. It does not matter. As long as I just plunk, here's me, I'm out. So I don't need any of that stuff. Yeah. This whole thing of, it's a private jet, it's still fucking traveling to places. It's still having to like go somewhere and be with people and do things, and I don't twig with that.
Yeah.
I used to. It's been all over the show. But now my dad's a traveling rover, so I'm just like Mr. Grumpy Old Man, get off my lawn. And I love it. I love being a grumpy old man. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's the final evolution that everybody hopes for.
Yep. Like, I pity the people. If I ever make it to a nursing home, I pity my attendants because I'm like this now. I'm going to be worse in like 20 years' time. But hey ho. So, need to say, they're getting on the private jet, and of course, we'll come full circle as Sabrina's doing the interview. And of course, they're sitting there, and it's all wonderfully awkward. And we meet the other characters, and they basically are just characters because there's not really much to them. I love Kathleen's like her little thing of pills. Like, that's how she gets through her day. Like, she knows herself what a pointless human being she is.
Yeah, I mean, it's the joy of drugs. It's like, life sucks. Whatever, I'll just get fucked up.
Just go through it numb. I think that's my problem. I just embrace the pain now. I'm like, yep, I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah, that was definitely quite the buffet of drugs.
On the other hand, we'll have our other heroic trio, and they're trying to get this movie made, and they're meeting Dylan. Dylan's my favorite character in this whole thing, by the way.
Yeah, man. Dave Sheridan is fucking hilarious.
That's just he knows what he's in. See, we needed a more Dylan-esque show because this is to me what this series is epitomized so far as like the whole Dylan character of the I am self-aware that this is all a big joke and I'm just going to go along with it. He's like the desperate actor who'll do anything because he's, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Please hire me. Fair enough. Yeah. Alex Rose and that part is in the swamp as simultaneously the private jet is going overhead, which once again, maybe it's because they got the prop, but why are you getting a private jet to go 2 miles out to still have to get a boat back in. Like, that was completely pointless.
Well, they'd explain that. The whole reason why they did that versus just hiring a transport was specifically so they could get that shot of him looking out over the swamp as they passed it. So, I mean, it's definitely not a very elaborate thing for such a small clip, but
Would a helicopter not have made more sense?
it would probably be more expensive.
I don't know. What was it like? Like the Grand Canyon helicopter tours. What are they like? $50 a go?
Well, I mean, that's also different because, like, prices could be lower because it's such a small flight. Plus, there's so many of them that it adds up.
Or one of them whirlybird helicopters, the ones that's all perspex. Like, it doesn't have to be fucking Airwolf like that type. The luxury type ones. It could be a wee whirlybird and just have them, that camera in the face. Beautiful look. Or green screen.
Well, I think it was cheaper for them to get the cockpit of a plane.
Yeah, I think it was just because I have the prop. That's fit it into the storyline. Dunk, 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 dunk. Right, shove that in there. That'll do. But they're at the same time as this is happening, they're trying to obviously. Rose is like wanting to take this seriously with the voodoo curse that was cast from the original legend.
Mm-hmm.
How people know that, I don't know.
That doesn't matter.
Just throw it out the window, because that's a bit I would reckon be obviously the Victor Crowley legend and what happened, because there were witnesses there. Which, once again, how would you know that? Oh, that's right, Thomas survived. So yeah, that was in the zeitgeist, but the actual voodoo curse bit, I don't think that should have been public knowledge.
Well, I mean, that's something that if you know the legend, you could look up the shit. Like I believed it because it is something. I mean, it would take some sleuthing to do, but it's something you could figure out.
Or was that part of the urban legend? Did it not happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know that sort of thing? That it's the mistakes built up around it. But needless to say, anyway, basically she's trying to read out the voodoo curse, because that's what you do. You want it exact, because when you're reading out curses, you want to put that out there.
I mean, just sounds logical to me.
Mm-hmm. The bit that isn't logical, though, is the fact that they're able to play a bunch of YouTube clips and no ad breaks. In between all the movies.
That is because they probably pay for YouTube Premium.
Okay, we'll go with that. And it doesn't go, are you still there after 2 videos? You know, when you're trying to put a playlist of music on just to have in the background.
Yeah, I don't use YouTube for anything really.
It's it's crap. That's why I've tried it, just to have this. That's why I don't get them Bluetooth devices, because I'm sick of tired running everything through my phone. Because it's like, you have to do this. I'm like, for fuck's sake, just give me an old school MP3 player.
Yep. Yeah, man, I miss having a functioning iPod.
But at the end of the day, what we'll have is all these people trying to pronounce it, and then we'll get full circle with Reverend Zombie, which I thought was a nice little nod.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the great thing is, if you go through the special features on the disc, like, you actually find out that literally was last second. Like, that wasn't planned.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of happened. Like, their last day of shooting, and Tony Todd sent the video in.
Fair one.
So it's pretty cool to know about that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, because at least it was in enough time to go into post-production. So, But yeah, the whole idea has been playing on the phone on the ground, and then the actual curse gets reenacted. That's what brings Victor back. Then the movie starts to get fun. Because up to this point, I was pretty depressed. And like, okay, right, we're back. Finally.
Well, again, it's just, to me, it's the intro to the new series. Like, the new potential trilogy. So it's like, I could, I guess, forgive the lack of, like, a fuck ton of kills. because it's setting up what this next sequence is going to be.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I'm not them his character and the whole bit behind it was a bit over the top. I just found it a bit grating. I would like the idea of it all. It's all like a fun house attraction, and it's all built up. And instead of being the French Quarter now, everyone's going out to the swamp, Honeywood Swamp, and doing what they do. And the daftness, and then that's basically the resurrection leads to carnage. And I actually would have liked, I don't know, a bit more positivity. So if he had a twigged on that he could run these attractions, that sort of thing, and be part of it, sort of embraced it. If that makes sense. I think it's just just a wee bit too much. The whole trial thing was just a bit too much of a downer for this. And they really went into that, and the whole thing with, I can get Sabrina being a bitch, but just like I said, but the whole thing with his character is just too much of a downer. Where maybe we needed them sort of making lemonade out of lemon sort of thing, just a bit more of accepting his fate and that. But it's just too, even during the rest of the movie, it's too much of a, like, you're not rooting for him. I'm not anyway. Just too depressing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and the whole setup scene with I didn't even put these characters down because I know they're just bit pieces, but the whole production crew, and we know that she's going to get trapped and drowned, but there's freaking tubes hanging from everywhere when the plane crashes and the water comes in.
Well, problem is power's also dead. So
no, tube.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I guess they could have done that. Yeah.
Like, they're all hanging there. And he has a knife, and he's in an EMT. It's not like he just forgets just because he's not working anymore. Doesn't mean he forgets everything.
Fair.
It just, once again, it's just things that got screamed at me. But fair enough. It happens. The plane crashes. They've resurrected Victor Crowley, and carnage ensues.
Yeah, and it's great. This next version of Victor Crowley, it's like he's already had his revenge. Now he's just back to fuck with people.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
We really get the whole cat and mouse thing this time, like where he's playing with his food essentially.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know when you've finally got that sweet point, you're just about to fall asleep? And you just got that point, and you're just like, you're about to go into like 8 hours of oblivion. Like, you're going to have a good night's sleep, and some fucker wakes you up. Like, not even just probably, but like, yeah, you gotta, get up, we need you. That sort of point.
Yeah.
And you're just that angry, and you're like, I'm gonna ruin your day for doing that to me. That's the Victor Crowley in this, and I'm
I can
down
see
with
that.
it. And then just what we need as well, an American talking about how they did in high school. Like, she's never get bored of doing that.
I fucking hated high school, but I'm also not not the everyman.
Yeah, good. I did this one. I can't remember what he said, but I'm just.
Oh, it was because
Mr. Track and Field.
Yeah,
that's right. He was going to run out, Mr. Track and Field.
Yeah, and it's I have put on a couple of pounds. It's like, dude, come on. It's been a couple of pounds in a couple of decades. Like, you don't even know where you're going. The most important aspect is you don't even know where you're going.
So the plane's crashed. He's taken on water. His wife is trapped and drowning. Girlfriend, wife, whatever. Because, yeah. And of course she's pregnant because it threw a lot in for extra scares. But it really nothing happened because you don't really feel anything from them because they're just bit pieces. So it was a bit of a waste of time. Plus, there's fucking air tubes dangling everywhere. I'm sure there's a bit of bamboo somewhere as well. Like, and it's not like they don't have a trained EMT on the plane who could suggest some of the stuff. But anyway, scary woo. Victor appears, and they realize that the plane's actually saving them for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just like Oh my god, I had the example and I already forgot. But like the single set locations, like that's like almost how all the good ones start. Is like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get the fuck out of here, and then big scary, and it's like shit. The place we're trying to leave is now our fucking safe haven.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And then we get the other characters, and I think Rose gives the best scene in this, where she
Man.
just
I mean,
rips.
she's one of my favorite characters in it. I think
She
she's
just
hilarious.
rips into Sabrina and rips into Andrew and rips into everybody, and then
Mhm.
herself, and like we're all a bunch of cunts.
Yep. And then Dave Sheridan, but I didn't do anything. Just like the best line in this movie is when he's getting ready to get the fuck out of there, go try to save her friend, and she's like, you know, if you fucking save my friend, I'll marry you. And you know, she kisses him, and he's just like, you know, I don't care if you have a dick. Just funniest goddamn thing, especially because nobody else in the cock or the plane have any sort of context behind that. It's just, I don't have a dick. I don't have a dick.
Yeah, she was my favorite character. In fact, she should have been the new Mary Beth.
Well, I mean, she is good. Like she's a final girl. She lived.
Yeah, but they should not be focusing on Andrew's character. What I'm saying, I like the aspect. This should have been a fall through of Perry Shane turning up with different characters. Like that was funny, and it was a nudge to the audience, and he ruined it, which annoys me.
I could tell.
I'm not emotional at all.
No,
Fuck you fuck you for introducing me to this series and then ruined it. You knew this was going, you bastard. And you
Dude, I fucking love this shit. Like, yeah,
you
all
set me
the
up.
stuff you're bitching about, I'm just like, why? So I went into this with thinking I'm giving you a gift of an experience, and
Yeah,
you're the
kicking
one
the
that's
balls
just
is an
like,
experience.
I don't like good things. Harumph.
Yeah, a kick in the balls as an experience. Yes, thank you.
You know what? There's people that pay a lot of money for that.
I know I'm not one of those people. Those people are broken in the head. Even that glorious penis was seen earlier on shouldn't be kicked. Like he knows what he's on the goal with that thing. He should know anyway, and yeah, he should never let that be stamped on. That's just so macabre, horrific in its own way. But Kathleen's death is the ultimate one in this. Like,
yeah, man,
I did not see that coming, and even I'm like,
fisting, fantastic.
I'm just like, oh fuck! Like it's been such a long time, and it's Sasha Alban. Oh,
yeah, man, it was that's a good one, especially going through like special features and watching the breakdown of how they did it. So much fun.
And this is where the movie at least gets back to form and just goes into this gloriness of just we are tearing shit up. At least because one thing I can say about the kills, at least they're inventive, and then the sort of play around them. Like it was almost like the balls scene in part 3, but just taking up another notch.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have to get the phone, they have to try and get to the boat, and director girl is used as bait. That's fun because she's a dick. She's that sweet persona, but not a nasty person. No, she's a dangerous person.
Oh yeah,
to be around. So glad to see she got her comeuppance. At least like unless you're like stupid, that Sabrina is a bitch, and you should stay away from that. Like with a 10-foot barge pole, like don't even get in that thing's radar.
Right.
The other girl is more devious, so you can understand people getting sucked into her sort of wheelhouse.
Oh yeah.
But when you see it, and yeah, she got a good comeuppance. But I just love the way it had to be a functioning belt sander in the museum, so to speak.
Yeah, it's
It
like,
wouldn't have worked.
was it the actual murder weapon? That's the thing I'm curious about.
I don't think it was. I think that would have been in an evidence bag somewhere. Like, this is a prop,
True.
but the fact that they had a working one, I don't know. Whoever the company is that makes those belt sanders should be on an absolute fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do not need a power drill, a chainsaw, a jackhammer. You just need this thing.
Right.
Like, this should be issued to special forces. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, it
If
cuts
you need
through
to,
everything.
you don't need a shotgun with the heavy pellets to breach doors. You just need this thing, you know,
Fuck yeah.
doors away. Like, it'll cut through anything.
Yeah, man, it's a beast of a machine.
And it's gas powered as well. There's no cords to worry about. It's just, and it's got it uses that infinite fuel. It never runs out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you fill that thing up, and in 10 years' time, like, that thing's been sitting there. It's even got magical fuel that you don't even need to put in.
I mean, all you gotta do is drop in a couple drops of stable, and it lasts for fucking ever, I guess.
That's it.
Yeah.
Job done. Like, it's a wonder. It's probably banned. It's like the other sander companies and tool companies have banned this thing from getting into production because they know it'll just end the industry. You just need that one belt sander, that one brand.
Mm-hmm.
Crowley. I should have Crowley on the side of it. Never ending. Was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the never ending gobstopper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that, you know. Brilliant. But oh my god. And then Sabrina commits the ultimate crime as well. Like, she starts gobbing off about YouTubers. How dare you, woman?
Right.
How very much dare you?
We're better than you, damn it.
Yeah. Her death was a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
Like, we've had more inventive deaths. She got off easy.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a shame.
Yeah, it's like everybody else, like there was a lot involved. Yeah, hers was a quick one.
Like, even director girl got her head stamped in, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
and was made to suffer for a bit, and everyone else. But yeah, she kind of got off easy.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was right.
Yeah, she definitely should have been made to suffer just at least a little bit.
But whose brains was it popped out? That was cool.
Yeah, it was
oh God, was that track and field guy?
Yeah.
Or that makeup guy?
Yeah, it's Q. I don't.
Yeah.
Why am I not remembering any of the names? But yeah, it was him.
I think because it's just so obvious that they're disposable characters.
Oh, I mean that's a slash.
You don't bother. Yeah.
But
it's really telegraphed that they're disposable characters. So you just don't bother learning their names.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just terrible with names, but
yeah, with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. Dylan was the one I was properly sorry to see go because he was just that good guy, you know, nice but dim.
Yeah,
like all rounder. And even getting the plane back up and running, and the same with the jet engine, like that was so telegraphed. You knew that was coming a mile off.
That doesn't matter.
This is where we're saying the whole joke with Parry Shen, you know, playing different characters. He should have done that. He should have done the save.
See, the problem
that would have
is
been his
then
redemption
that
arc.
makes him the hero, which he like that's what his book says he is, but he was never a hero to begin with. Like he literally just hid under a pile of corpses to not die.
Yeah, and that's, you know, at the same time, that's fair enough. But this was his chance then, you know, and then his cousin could have appeared in the next one if they were going to make another one, you know.
Problem is, cousin's dead. That's the whole setup with the.
No, but who was the other cousin that they hadn't heard from?
That was
family.
That was one of them.
Not Perry. No,
that was the first one that died.
No, the one that was mentioned in the book.
Yeah, that's the first one that died. Or are you talking about the long, like the one?
The young overseas family, not the Bouture family.
Or are you talking about the ones that are overseas?
Yes. Okay. The one that, you know, that came over to America, and
that one is the one that died first.
All right, I thought they still hadn't heard from him.
No, that's the one that died first. Like that was the first movie.
No. I'm talking about. Oh, fuck's sake! I should have. No,
I don't.
Andrew Young's a completely different family branch. You racist.
No.
Because
I'm not being a
they're
racist.
not.
That's the
They're not part of the
literal
same
setup.
family.
Yes. Yeah, he had a essentially an older sibling and a cousin. The cousin is the one that died in the first film. The older
sibling was a miscarriage. It never happened.
No,
Andrew Young's.
It was set up that it was a miscarriage. That's what they told him, but that's not the case. His older brother was the one that died in the second movie.
Oh, they're tied to the family? Because that's I didn't get that at all from the. But he said it maybe he didn't. But see, I went too meta. That's the thing. He went Wes Craven with us.
See, I still don't see that.
Yeah, he went.
It's not full blown Craven. It's close.
This is almost bordering on Scream territory.
No, because this is palatable for me.
It's on the cliff edge of this could become Scream. That's where he's treading. He needs to be careful. We're getting a wee bit too in the meta side of this is that and blah blah blah. But anyway, that would have been better if he had. That could have been his get a final redemption arc, and then we could have had somebody else come in, and we could have carried on the joke. But I'm not feeling his character. That's why. And Dylan would have been fun to keep around for a bit.
I feel like Dylan would have got old though. Like if it was just the same shit in every movie. It's funny to a point. So like I could see why that wasn't the through line.
I can see him setting up a shack or a bar or something of and then maybe getting taken out in the first 5 minutes of the next movie.
Fair.
Not being like survival, because honestly, Rose should be the one to take over from Mary Beth.
Mm-hmm.
But now at the end of it, they brought Mary Beth back. Like Jeepers Creepers 2 type thing. She's just been waiting,
Yeah.
Which, once again, if you're finishing up her story arc, why bring her back?
Because why not?
It's like I said, I've just found the whole Andrew Young character a distraction and not one that you want to root back. Because at the end of the day, I understood Mary Beth. And even when her most caustic, it was explained and you got the context of why she was the way she was. But with Andrew, I'm just not feeling it.
See, and I totally understand it.
He's the architect of his own destruction, in a sense.
I mean, definitely. That's what makes him a sympathetic character, is the fact that he put himself in that position knowing that he was doing the right thing from the get-go. Like every aspect of his life, he was like, I am doing this for good. And every time it bites him in the ass. So it's like his life is just a comedy of errors.
For one. Like I said, this did not land for me the same as the other three, which is a bit of a shame because I was looking forward to it.
I mean, hey, at least you got it under your belt now, so that's
no, that's true. At least I can always remember the original trilogy. For that, what's the likelihood of another movie coming out, or is that it?
It's probably not going to happen. The problem is there's a whole lot of behind the scenes bullshit that's making it not possible. Because this was literally a shoestring budget, and they had like 11 days to do it. It's something where pretty much everybody on this set was doing a favor, and I believe Adam Green's gone on record as saying like he could never do that again because it would just break everybody. So unless he ends up acquiring the rights and able to go get financing elsewhere, I don't think it's going to happen, at least not through Adam Green and Ariscope. If it does happen, it's going to be specifically Dark Skies branching out and having someone else do it. Which problem with that is you have someone else do it, and everybody that has been doing it probably won't.
Favors disappear. Yeah.
What's that?
The favors don't get called in because it was
exactly. So I mean that means like Danielle Harris likely wouldn't come back.
Mm.
Kane Hodder probably wouldn't come back. So it's, you know, some of the most important characters probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, fair one. Oh well, it is what it is. It's like I said, it was refreshing to see sort of a group of horror fans create a slasher series, but with a self-awareness of the tropes that make slashers cheesy and unpalatable to a lot of horror fans. You know, because that's what happened. Too much of the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice to see the series that they rectified a lot of that and made a really intriguing series. You can see there's something just off with the fourth one, and probably because of the behind the scenes stuff as well. It's not in the same vein. Even off to try and make a new trilogy, there's no feeling of freshness about it. It's just there is a depression hanging over it, and if this is based on real life experience and somebody vent their own personal demons, you can kind of see that too. And it all just to me takes away from the fun of the first three that made them unique. But hey ho, we can agree to disagree, I suppose.
Yeah, it definitely won't be the first time.
Will you still be my friend?
I will say it is very weird. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had such stark differences on a movie. Like it's weird. We're getting back to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's normally the universe is realigned again.
It's balancing again.
Yeah, there's been too much of us like gushing on the same things. That's
right.
Not right. It's universes have crumbled and died because of it. So now we're
very
back to
likely.
normal.
Very likely.
Oh well, I'm sure we'll think of something else before next month. We're going to try and get like a mid-month, go back to the mid-month thing again, and do the odd movie.
Finally, not in school anymore, so I think it's about time to get on here and talk some shit more.
Fantastic. There you go, folks. Thanks for everyone that tuned in and joined in the chat. And just even say, until next time, keep updated with the channel, do those typey clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy,
keep it horrific.